Rovers look to continue their unbeaten start to the season this weekend as they take on London club QPR. Can we get the better of them this time around? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're previewing Blackburn Rovers taking on QPR, and we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Your one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers is right here. Under one rooski, boys and girls. Big week ahead for Blackburn Rovers as QPR, Coventry and then Plymouth will wrap up this part of the season before yet another international break. But standing in our way right here, right now is QPR, and we'll get into all of that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. And of course, round of applause. Case Gift Gaff, the latest member of the Patreon gang. Respect to you, sir, for joining. Also, big shout out to the members. That's right, we're talking Dan P, we're talking Stephen Bradley, and there is another one in there. So respect for you guys for being part of the family. Now, there is another way to be part of the family, and that is this, guys. We are talking about this. The channel, believe it or not, has been nominated for not one, but two categories at this year's Football Content Creator Awards. Now, you guys, as Blackburn Rovers fans, or even QPR fans, please, I need your vote. It costs you absolutely nothing. It will take about 20 of your seconds to do this. Use the link here, cut.ly/vote BRFC. There's also a link in the description, a QR code. I've provided you everything right here. It takes you absolutely no time at all, but it goes a long way. Of course, we're trying to keep Blackburn Rovers relevant, keep them in the spotlight. We are the only Blackburn representatives at this year's awards. So please, I know you might have allegiances elsewhere. You think I might be annoying. You might think I'm a bold, ugly bastard. Yes, I get all that from the wife, but it's fine. Just please vote. Keep Rovers relevant. Keep Rovers in the news. Let's bring this trophy home, but I can't bring it home without your vote. Takes you 20 seconds, please. I timed myself, and I'm quite slow on the old computer. I'm an old man. I've got bad eyes. It takes you 20 seconds, please. I will be going on about this for a little bit. Anyway, it's also a little thing up here. We are talking about Rovers. We are talking about QPR, and it's coming at you this coming Saturday. Early kickoff. We'll have the watch along. We should have a vlog. We should have everything. Again, all avenues covered. Before the match, after the match, during the match. We've got it all. And of course, looking forward to it. This is the tail of the tape, though, right here, right now. 33 times we have played since 1993. 19 wins for the hosts, that is us. 6 wins for QPR and 8 draws between the two sides. Both comes in to this side on pretty much identical kind of form here. 58% form each. QPR, though, without a win in 3. Rovers just 1 win in 4. If you open it up a little bit like that. So it's a bit of a sticky patch for us at the moment, but we need to get back to winning ways. Of course, our biggest win was a 4-0 win over QPR, scoring 48 goals in total, averaging 1.45 goals a game compared to QPR's 4-2 win. Their biggest, scoring 25 goals, averaging 0.76 per game. As of the last 10, as you see, QPR do have bragging rights right now, beating us last time around. Ewood 2-1 win it was. Back in the Colden days, February the 3rd. I think this was still Eustace. Oh, so was this Eustace or was this JDT? I don't know. Let me know down below. But before that, we had a good run. We had a good run against QPR. We won 4 in the bounce. We're looking to bounce back from that. This is the stats, the tail of the tape. Big fat OG from Ainsley Pears, Joe Hodge. A couple of minutes later, put them 2-0 up before Sam Gallagher gave us a little bit of hope. Prior to that, though, look at it. A good campaign, just 1 goal conceded against them over the last 4 there, last 4. Some good goals here, some good goal scorers. But that's, of course, both at Loftus Road and at Ewood. If you want to look at just at Ewood, again, the most recent glitch is right here. We need to rectify this. Look at the names. Look at the names on by. Bradley Dack, Armstrong, Diaz, Gallagher, legends. In their own right, sort of. Anyway, this is the values of the squads here. We have a 10 million euro difference compared to that of QPR. We have what did I figure this out as? What was this? What did I call this? It's not an e-market value. It's maybe an average value per player. So 1.93 million per player on average. Our squad is now getting older, 26.3. We have the same amount of national team players. They have more youth than us. They have more foreigners than us. But let's take a little look then at the coaches under the spotlight. It is, of course, John Eustace, 44 years of age, up against Marty Cufietes, 42 years of age. Good points per match ratios, with Cufietes just shading it, 1.53 points per match compared to that of Eustace, 1.5. Eustace's record against QPR is pretty good. Won 2 and drawn 1. So I guess that defeat against QPR was under JDT. Cufietes just in one match against Rovers and he won it. This will probably, it must be the first encounter between these two coaches here. So we'll see who comes out on top this coming Saturday. Let's take a look then at the Rovers squad as you see it. Blazers Toff is there, waiting. He's just waiting for a gift from Ainsley Pears. But right now, Pears back-to-back clean sheets. Let's take a look at the defensive ranks here. Of course, Owen Beck should be in here, but I think he's been classed as a midfielder. But probably a door now open for Pickering to come back in there. Danny Bath has been starting the past couple of games, so we'll imagine since the clean sheets, we'll try and keep it as similar as we had in the previous games. These are the midfielders, and there is Beck out suspended, but also got a big massive bite mark on his neck. I believe there is a spot for a Todd Cantwell or a John Buckley or Sigurdsson in this squad, Joe Rankin Costello still. There is one spot up for grabs. Lewis Baker was in that spot last week. He was substitute at half-time against Preston this past week. Not sure where he is fitness-wise, but there is a spot available for somebody to come in. Is it Cantwell's week? Is it Wyman to start? Buckley? Whatever. I'll tell you what I think in a minute. Amadio was in action in the under-21, scoring 3 goals, I think, in a 5-0 demolition job against Carlisle. Ohashi started last time around. McTagay could start this time around. We need to see some more goals for us. First goalless affair last time around. But this is my lineup coming at you right here, right now. We got Pears between the sticks. Pickering will automatically come in. He did feature in the back end of that game against Preston for a few minutes. Dom Hyam, Danny Bath, I think, will continue, as will Hayden Carter. Travis Tronstad, they play themselves, really. That's it. And then it's a mixture of who plays where. It could play Dolan in the middle, where Buckley is. Hedges should start on the right if fit. And then it's a coin flip. Ohashi, Gay. Ohashi started last time around, did nothing. Gay also came on, kind of caused some problems. It is at home. You know, what does he do? I don't know. But I'm going to go with this, with the main inclusion or the surprise inclusion being that for John Buckley. So it should be a familiar looking 11 with a couple of little forced changes, that being Pickering and who fills that void in the middle of the park. Let's take a look then, shall we, at the opposition. This is QPR, and they've got the likes of Paul Nardi now in between the sticks. Of course, experienced head Steve Cook. Is he going to have a good time against a Yuki Ohashi, perhaps? They've got Jack Klaus Salter as well, a decent defender at decent age as well. And, of course, the fullbacks, Powell and Jimmy Dunn. Into midfield, we've got the likes of Sam Field, familiar face, Elias Chair still there. Of course, Shithouse Merchant Jack Colback's in it. And then also some surprises, we don't know, these unknowns, unproven. We've got Koki Sato, of course, a Japanese player. Of course, they're all the rage right now. Nicholas Madsen as well. Lucas Anderson's a Danish bite. And up top, we've got the likes of Karako Dembele, Michael Frey, Zan Salah, and then Paul Smith as well. They've got options. I think it's a good looking squad for QPR, and I realistically think they're going to be A-OK this season. I just think hopefully they have a stinker this coming weekend, because this is a good squad. It's a good depth to it as long as they stay fit. This is my lineup for QPR. We've gone by Paul Nardi, Kenneth Powell, Jack Klossota, Steve Cook, Jimmy Dunn, Sam Fields in there, Nicholas Madsen, Koki Sato, Lucas Anderson, Dembele, and then Michael Frey. That is, of course, my team for this match. And, of course, don't forget, guys, the most important thing you got to do now while we're here is vote. That's right, 100% free. Please, vote. Now, I'm asking you as a fellas Rovers fan, but I'm also asking you, if you're a little bit savvy on the old computer, go on, do it on Chrome. Go ahead, do it on bloody Edge. Go ahead, do it on Safari. Go ahead, do it on your phone. Every single one of those votes count. And they cost you 20 seconds. If you do it like 4 times, 5 times, it might steal a minute and 30 seconds of your time to do the votes. But you can do it multiple times on different browsers. Please go ahead and vote for Blackburn Rovers football, best content creator, Football League, best podcast, Football League. QR code, there is a link. 100% free. Let's get back into this key players now. This is quite interesting here. Last match against Preston, our most valuable player was Todd Cantwell, valued at 8.5 million. His value has now dropped to 4.5 million following his cameos in the past couple of games, which is surprising. So back in the hot seat now is Tyree Stolen, valued at 5 million, compared to that of Ilias Chair, valued at 7 million. Let's take a look at the star of players so far for both sides. First and foremost, the hosts. Sammy Smarch, I don't know when they're going to get rid of him. He's up there, 7.9. Of course, he did start in tremendous style with some goals early doors. Yuki Hashi up there, though, tops the bills. Trav, Hedges, Sigurdsson, who did get a bit of a beasting in our latest podcast. But he's up there in the top 5. Owen Beck down the bottom there. Meanwhile, on the opposition, Karako Dembele has been the star man for QPR with Lyndon. Dykes, again, no longer there now at Birmingham. You got Michael Frey in there, Jimmy Dunn, Stevie Cook. Of course, some good average. The average, do we have an average? I think it might be on the next screen here. Average is 6.88 per player for QPR compared to the 6.93 of that of Blackburn Rovers. We've scored 12 goals to their 8. We've conceded 6 to their 9. We had on averaging 2 goals a game compared to the 1.3. No penalties thus far. I hit the woodwork just the once. They've hit the woodwork twice, according to my eyes. Do we have clean sheets? Clean sheets, 2 clean sheets for pairs. Well done to him. And nothing so far for QPR. 45.7% ball possession for Rovers. 49% possession for QPR. Any other key stats that I want to talk about? No. Red cards are 2 for Rovers, just 1 for QPR, averaging around about 3 yellows a game compared to 2.2. 51.2 duels won, 51.2% duels won by Rovers compared to 50.9. Of course, quite similar in the statistics there. So all in all, going to be a bit of a chess match, you would imagine, on this one. And again, I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as you would imagine. But let's take a look at some of the other key figures then, starting with the attacking preferences for Rovers. Looks like Rovers when in possession, bit even split down the left and the right-hand side when in attack. And of course, when in possession, 41% of the time is in the middle third. 26% is in the attacking area, with 33% in the defence. As for our visitors, 43% of their attacks are coming down the right-hand side, with 37% of their possession within the mid. Of course, the rest of the possession is split between attack and defence. As for our shot preferences, we prefer the left to the right, but of course, down the middle is the most preferred, with 62% of our shots in the 18-yard box. As for QPR, they prefer the right to the left, and 66% of their shots are also in the 18-yard box. 24% long ranges, and they're also quite handy in the 6-yard area, just shy of 10% of all their efforts in that 6-yard box. As for shots received, Rovers forcing them out onto the left-hand side, and of course forcing them to shoot long. 46% of the shots coming outside the box. As for QPR, again, forcing their opposition to the left, with 61% of the shots happening in the 18-yard box against QPR. So might be a chance for Rovers to exploit that. As for the goals, of course, 9 of them of ours come through open play, 3 from counter-attacks. As for QPR, 4 open play, 3 set piece, and 1 counter-attack. Rovers very low in regards to the set piece category. As for goals conceded, 4 from open play, 2 from set pieces. As for QPR, they conceded 7 from open play, 1 from counter-attack, and 1 OG. Wow. Of course, let's take a look at the rundowns here. I think I might have these thingies the wrong way around. Let me just flip the switch on this one. I need to move this here and this here. Can we do that? Can we back up? Yeah, I'm a bit savvy. Okay, this is the recent run of events here. Rovers, of course, unbeaten in the last 3 matches. We do have a defeat to our name against Blackpool in the Cup, but we don't really care. Who cares about the Mickey Mouse Cup? Meanwhile, Millwall are the draw kings, drawing 3 of the last 4, kind of. Yeah, just 1 win in the last 6. That was a big win against Luton, who have now turned a page. But back-to-back draws in the league for them. Unbeaten in the league in the last 3, if we look at it that way. As for the form, as you see it, their away form is pretty savvy. Look at that, unbeaten so far this season away including a draw against Wednesday, a win against Luton. Is that what is that? Is that a win? Is that a draw against Sheffield United? Am I looking at that right? And then a win against somebody in the Cup. As for Rovers, we beat Derby at home. We beat Oxford at home. We did lose to Blackpool at home, but we also beat Bristol City. We scored 9 goals in the last 3 league games coming at you. And that is, of course, this is the resume for both sides heading into the next few games, with Rovers taking on Coventry. Then it's Plymouth, back-to-back away games, of course, and that will head into the international break, where the next home game, I might be there. I don't know yet. I might be at the Swansea. I might be at the West Brom game. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to squeeze the Watford game, but that is on the docket very, very soon. QPR will be taking on Hull in the midweek next week. Then it's Derby on the road, and then they'll return to take on QPR, Coventry, and then an away trip to them six-fingered freaks. You know, of course, this is what we can expect. Rovers scoring chances, counter-attack, creating long shot opportunities, coming back from losing positions and stealing the ball from the opposition. We also expect some aerial duels going in favour of Rovers. The weaknesses, though, avoiding offside, defending set pieces with our style of play, long balls, attacking through the middle, being very aggressive. We do have a consistent first 11. We play on our own half. But we also let opponents play aggressively against us. QPR, though, on the flip side, they're also good in set pieces, coming back from losing positions. They're good in the air as well, creating scoring chances and defending against set pieces. Weaknesses, though, avoiding offside, protecting the lead, defending against attacks down the wings, and defending against long shots. Their style of play is taking a lot of long shots, long balls, crosses all the time, attacking through the middle and also down the right. They're very non-aggressive. And they mix up their 11 a little bit. The forecast says Rovers will score from a long shot, QPR will score from a set piece, and Blackburn will make a comeback if they go behind. So that's the tail of the tape there, guys. The tail of the table, though, looks a little bit like this. As you see it, Rovers are in 4th. We could go as high as 2nd if we win and everything else goes our way. QPR down into 14th. A win for them, they could go up to 7th. Just outside the playoffs. What else is in action? Well, it's a busy week over in the Championship, with game kicking all off on Friday, the 27th of September. Plymouth take on Luton. That ain't no giver. That's not a given victory there. Then, of course, the early kickoffs: Derby against Norwich, Wednesday against West Brom. They'll, of course, join us, the game of the day, which we will have a watch-along. That's right, as Rovers entertain QPR. Borough against Stoke, Hull against Cardiff, Watford against Sunderland, Millwall against Preston, Pompey against the Blades, Oxford against Burnley, Leeds against Coventry, and then Swansea against Bristol City completes this weekend. Again, and all about, we flip it around to go again for Coventry in the midweek. So that is that. What about the goal scorers? Who is the main man up atop of it? Well, it is Josh Major right now, with Duncan Watmore chipping in with 5 goals already. Yuki's up there in the top 3. Hamer's in there, Harris, Mundell, Kayambe, Sainz, Lang and Fraser. Very unfamiliar look to the goal scorers this year. With the chief assist man is Fellows from West Brom. Mactagay's up there with 3. Joseph also up there. Dembele as well, and Callum O'Hare as well. Any other stats that stick out like a sore thumb? Not really. So that's, of course, the stats there. Of course, don't forget, while we're at it, to vote is absolutely free. And it does, if you're just going to do the one vote, it takes you 20 seconds at the very most. Cutley/vote BRFC, QR code, description down below. But if you want to do me an absolute solid, open up a couple of other browsers, maybe even go incognito on the old Chrome, and doing a couple more sneaky votes. Any and every which vote you can will be graciously appreciated. And I will, I'm hoping to make Rovers, well, keeping Rovers in the spotlight. We are the only Rovers representators at this Content Awards. So I need your vote, no matter if you hate me or if you prefer somebody else. I know I'm ugly. The wife tells me all the bloody time. But please vote. As for my score prediction, then, shall we? Of course, it is going to be it's going to be a feisty one. That is true. Rovers good at home, as are QPR good on the road. So potentially does smell like a draw. I'm going to give you live odds right now. Odds of 11-10 on your Rovers. They are favoured. 13-5 is your QPR. 13-5 is the draw. It is a long way to go for QPR fans, and I think that's going to be a major point to this game. So I'm leaning towards a 2-0 win for Rovers. Again, it looks a little bit more flashy than it should be. Maybe a 1-0 lead in the first half. And then, of course, Rovers getting a second goal in the second half to wrap it up. But regardless, QPR, a sticky team, got their win last time around. They've got a good team. I think they're going to be A-OK this season. I think they could also be a top half finish as well. So I want to get this game out of the way and hopefully in the favour of a victory. So that, my friends, is it. Please don't forget to vote. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash the like. Your one-stop shop for Rovers is right here. Let us be heard. Smash the vote. Get in the description. It'll take you 20 seconds. I promise. Please, please, please. And I am out.